Musicians fill the silence with their sound. Painters fill blank white canvases with pictures. Artists use many different mediums to make their own creations. Tattoo artists use human skin as their medium, and they manage to tell stories through their art. Tattooing is a form of body art and self-expression that began in many different parts of the world for different reasons and evolved to tie into other cultures while also becoming a culture of its own. According to the body art book, the oldest known tattooed specimen is the Iceman, who was discovered in the area between Austria and Italy with 57 tattoos found on his skin. Perhaps the tattoos were for mere aesthetic pleasure, or because they contained symbolism that was relevant in his time. Tattoos have also been found on the mummies of ancient Egyptian females, and one of them is a priestess that is 4,000 years old that most likely had them to denote her status with religious or magical connotations. In America during the 19th century, Mojave Native American tribes were found to practice tattooing with a religious belief that tattoos were likened to Christian baptism, a purification rite that prepares the soul for entrance into heaven. In the incipient stages of its history, the art of tattooing carried a lot of religious and cultural meaning. However, tattoos also carry a part of their history that associates them with negative stereotypes. In today's American society, some people commonly assume that people with tattoos are associated with delinquent or criminal behavior. Around the time of World War I, military officials became concerned over a style of tattoos called pin-ups. To be more specific, pin-up refers to a tattoo of a woman that is often beautiful, attractive, and more nowadays seductive, and are known for their curvy proportions and revealing images. Pin-ups and other tattoo styles at this time were frowned upon by military officials and were increasingly considered barbarous and unsuitable for civilized armed forces. Mainstream media has also played a part in the negative stereotypes associated with tattoos. People are influenced by the views of mainstream media every day, and in regards to tattoos, it is common to find that the media portrays an image in which the stereotypical tattoo wearer can be easily defined as low-class trash and, by implication, easily disregarded. For example, in the popular show Sons of Anarchy, members of the show's motorcycle club, Sam Crow, wear a full back tattoo of the club symbol in order to show their dedication and loyalty to the club. Sam Crow carries the facade of a legal automobile repair shop that masks the club's illegal involvement in the business of weapons. Through the influence of mainstream media, the past history of tattoos being frowned upon in the time of World War I, and other factors, it is easy to misunderstand the art form and culture of tattoos. Anthropology changed my mind when we discussed Franz Boas and how he came up with the concept of cultural particularism. In order to be understood without the stigma of negative stereotypes and assumptions, the tattoo culture and art form must be seen within their unique historical context. The tattooing style of pin-ups was born with the historical context of World War I. Military men had tattoos for the sake of a beautiful and sexy distraction from their all-male comrades, as well as war and the possibilities of death. This would explain why the images of the pin-up girls being tattooed on their bodies were beautiful and seductive. Likewise, tattoos are also tied in today's music. For example, music fans around the world and throughout time have been known to get lyrics, album covers, and other images tattooed on their bodies for their own personal reasons. Within the heavy metal subculture of today, tattoo culture also intertwines itself to the different aspects of the symbolism in heavy metal. Lyrics specifically connect to the symbolism of heavy metal subculture, and in Kotarba's essay on the postmodernization of rock and roll music, he uses the example of Metallica's songs Fade to Black and Ride the Lightning, and says that the fans of Metallica interpret the lyrics in ways that fit their lives to make sense of the tragedies and stresses in their lives. My own interest in tattoos comes from my connection to the heavy metal subculture and how they fit into the symbolism. I'm a heavy metal fan and musician, and I want to get lyrics and band logos tattooed on my body in the future because of the symbolism in the music that I relate to, as well as my admiration for the bands that I listen to. In the connections between the history and the reasons behind the symbolism of tattoos and cultural particularism, anthropology changed my mind because I realized people don't do things just because, but because everything about a culture relates to other aspects of the culture through the significance of meaning. The reasons behind why people get tattoos are tied within their own personal history that allows them to relate to the styles and symbolic imagery found within the tattoo culture.